Sure.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good afternoon, good morning for everyone around the world, to our brothers and sisters. We're here actually to discuss some business opportunities available for us in Africa with my friend Gideon in Ghana, and I
Yeah.
am actually on the other side of Africa from Eritrea. So
Yeah.
actually, this has been a dream for me to do business across Africa, really meet each other, know each other, um, instead of meet someone, an African in Europe or in the US. In this case, we are actually meeting face to face on Zoom through technology, while
Yeah.
still in Africa. Unfortunately, I'm not in Africa at this time, but that's my intention to actually go back and live in my home country very soon. And I hope well, the plan is to actually, this will allow me to be able to do that. This opportunity that we are on will allow me to go home and live with my cousins, brothers, and all sisters in our own home country. So Gideon was just mentioning about different opportunities available for us in Africa, and we were also discussing it earlier, even a couple of weeks ago as well. Um, if we could go back a little bit, it's that traditionally in Africa, either even anywhere in the world, actually, even if you are in the US or Europe or here, you get education, university educations, and so on. And if you're lucky, you get a job, and that has been it. Getting a job was a big deal long time ago, but now there is no job security. And there are less jobs available as well. So, and the thing is that your competitor for the same job is not in your country anymore. As Gideon, you were saying, you could work for project in the US, in Europe, anywhere, as long as you have the internet access. So, and that's the global challenge that we are seeing. But also, the internet made it possible for us then to access more information,
Mm-hmm.
hence then more opportunities for us to actually make money without really working 10 15 hours a day, or for working for someone you don't even know or don't like. So
Mm-hmm.
you go ahead a bit, Gideon. You mentioned there were
Yeah.
few
Yeah.
options, different type of opportunities available for us in Africa, and you explored some of them. So if you can mention the danger of those type
Yeah.
of opportunities that people are jumping on sometimes without even looking at who is behind, what type of opportunities they have, and how much they can make, and even if they can make any money on it. So you go ahead.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Mr. Sam. I
Mhm.
really appreciate it. And I really
Mhm.
appreciate for, you being at the top all the time, trying to push to help our continent great again. But it looks like a lot of people from our continent don't really take their timing seriously. They don't take their position seriously, and they don't take, they are not disciplined. That's all. So with me, all these three things that I mentioned, they are the things that I normally work with. Without them, there's no way I give myself the chance to jump on any opportunity. Because in the space that we find ourselves, there are a lot of people, a lot of scam projects running all over. And people don't have the right leaders to lead them. And they don't even get a right access to information.
Yeah.
Some have just said that maybe just they've heard that maybe there's money in investing on the internet. So any kind of project, they just jump on it. But there are certain things, key factors that you need to take into consideration whenever you are jumping onto a project. There are a lot of projects. There are a lot on hype. But the good ones are not built on hype. The good ones that we know of, they don't even pay YouTubers. They don't pay influencers to promote the business because they know that they are doing the right business. And one of the companies that we talk about is our own company, Validos. And what I have to share today to my African people is that I know things are tough, and things are tough, but it's tough everywhere. But before you join a company, There are certain things that you need to put into consideration. And aside from that, we need to change our mentality. We need to change our way of doing things and our way of thinking. And most of the times when you show an opportunity with a realistic percentage for profit, a lot of people will say it's too small, they want big one. And come on, we need to be real with ourselves. We need to be very real with ourselves. Which company or any company that even gives you 1% a day is a scam, is a Ponzi. So sorry, I have to be frank with each and every one. Because, you know, which company will give you a monthly profit of, let's say, 30%, 30 to like 60% every month? That is not real. They're just using other people's money to pay you. So when people are not coming, you see them that it becomes a problem for them to pay people. And they start coming out with excuses, whether they are doing upgrading, they are doing maintenance, they withdraw, the people hack into their system, and you see, they start giving out, you know, stories. So our people from our side, our continent, they fall for this kind of companies. So it's quite unfortunate that they don't have the right people that is leading them. So we'll talk about one company that we all know of as Validos. And with Validos is a company that, you know, I joined in April thereabout, and my leader and my business partner from UK, he was the one who shared for me. And if I should tell you the story how I even met him, you will be shocked. Because it was through a scam project. At that time, we have not seen the light. We're exposed to those kind of projects. ROIs, getting rich quickly and all that. But we go ahead, I lost about like $20,000 from that particular project. Mm-hmm. I used to have a team of 10,000 people. So now ask me, how many people are still following me? It's just a few. Because they all lost, not them alone. The people that also they introduced to the project also lost a lot. You see, so I was coming from a project which I lost. But with me having that kind of winning mentality, with me having that kind of mindset of, you know, positivity, I didn't say no to the opportunity. All I did was that I told him to just share the slides with me, go through the business. And I just said yes to the opportunity.
I think it's really interesting how we had the same. It's not the same. We didn't know each other, you know, but I've gone through the same similar things, and I've heard from same story with a lot of people, but we learn, you know. Imagine, you know, you could go to a restaurant, you could go to, we have events and experiences in our life that are sour sometimes, you know, you hope for the best and then you fall. What do? You don't, if you fall, you get up and go, you know, you don't just lay down and cry and continue crying and all complaining, you know. But so the same thing, actually, it was a cryptocurrency company that the plan was perfect. The plan was perfect, and they were giving 0.5% per day, which is well, when you think about it, it's they were just literally, as you said, they were taking money from the people who joined, and they were giving it to the people who were on the top. The people on the top got too greedy. They were taking out millions and millions every month, while people were still joining and then giving them the money and things. So it was a crypto thing. So they were literally not creating value. So if you give me like 100 or even 100,000 naira, and then I give you, I take a piece of paper, and I just give you a piece of paper. Well, this one, you say, okay, keep this one for 1 year, and it will be worth $100,000, you know, US dollars. Just keep it. Okay. Or you can exchange. So for this paper to be valued, somebody needs to buy it, thinking that it is 100,000, and that's what they have been doing. So so to go back to the topic on how to identify scams, which is abroad. You could talk for days and days. But so the first question that you have to ask yourself is, it's not even about the promise, the promise of giving 10% a day or something, which is, it is crazy. You cannot build a house in 5 minutes. Don't expect to have even a day. Like you see crazy buildings going on in China in months and things, but that too, as an engineer, you know that needs a lot of preparation. It's not any project takes a lot. So first, be aware of high returns in short period of time, and then if you give me $100, you give me $100 or let's say $100 for the sake of the international money, so $100, and then I say I will give you $150 or $125 tomorrow. Where would I get that on $25? So I'm giving you 25% overnight.
That's
where did I get that money from? That's what you need to ask yourself. It's like you give me a goat and I will give you 5 goats tomorrow. Well, I mean, the goat, where
would they come from? Yeah.
Where would they come from? Even mice takes, I don't know how many weeks they take to get pregnant and give birth, 2-3 months, something. Yeah. So you need to think about really simple, it's not about mathematical logics. You give me 100, how do I give you 125 tomorrow? That money has to come from somewhere. And unfortunately, it has been coming from other people's pockets. And then when people stop joining, company collapses, and then it goes. So the same company that I was telling you about, I put same around 20,000 K. I am not really proud about it, but first time I'm saying about it. Other friends, the worst is friends that have trusted me and put more. And then the same company is saying, now, if you put another $10,000, we'll give you the returns and so on. So there are still people getting into that company, yet there hasn't been paid any, they haven't been paying out all for the last almost 8 months. They haven't been paying anyone, but there are still people being lured into that thing, So other things I think is the return. Look at the hype. Sometimes it's so good that it is hard to believe that this could be fake, but at least make sure that they are actually real value being exchanged. So let's say if you take, I'm sure you have heard of companies like Amway, Herbalife, USANA, those big companies. There is actually, you give them $100 or whatever it is, but then you get something in return, something physical things. You get vitamins, soap, whatever it is, that is an exchange of value. So you give $100 and then you're getting, so that is, because that is consumable, you will consume it, and then the next month you will purchase the same thing. There is a circle. So where the problem is coming, but even those companies as well are also a lot of companies collapsing, even if they have a product and things. So what we are trying to say here is that first, don't pay attention to the hype. Make sure that the return that they are promising, make sure that it's logic. You don't expect about 20-25% return on investments, and it has to also be real value being offered. So you get something, you give something, you have to get something of value. In regards to what Gideon was mentioning earlier, we will not go into depth. We'll come back on this channel again and discuss and even open it for questions. It is that there is education. Education is going to be, especially online now, it's going to be the next 10-15 years, even 5 years. It's continuing growing every single year. And the aim of this organization is to be the premier educational platform for all human beings across the world. At the moment it's about currency exchange, but then they will add trainings and more trainings to a point where even this in itself, a lot of youngsters in South Africa actually were quite successful in Forex. The last 10 years, 5 years, there were a lot of them who started from zero, and it just by learning from Zoom. So I'm from YouTube and things like that. So this is education, probably the first number one in the world, probably. And imagine, so you can actually use this to be institutional trader, being employed by some of the biggest bank in London, here, or in the US as well. So it is top-notch training. So that is the value that this company provides. Yeah, I think. Is there anything you would like to add, Gideon?
So what I would like to say is that to my people, and not only Africans, I've seen that as a behavior of a lot of people in this space, that they don't, what they are supposed to do or what they need to take into consideration, they all overlook. I don't know how to say it. They overlook on what they are supposed to do or check before they jump on projects. And with me on my side, there's something that I always tell people. Whenever you are joining a company, it is very, very important that you do your own due diligence. So the due diligence, it helps you to get a fair idea about what the people are doing. And maybe if you have contact to at where the company claims that they are with the address that they're given, you have people, even if you have people at where the company is, you can let them go and check out whether it's true or it's not true. So aside from that, what you are supposed to also do is that there are a lot of companies that come out with certificates claiming that they've acquired this certificate from this company, blah, 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 and all that, which with time will share the link to them to check anytime that they are joining a company. I have a link, DIPC. You can enter the company's name to see whether the company is legit, is doing the right thing. And with that one to our side, there's a need for all of us to know that in life, for one to be successful, it doesn't take a day, a week, a month. No, it's never that way. It's all about patience. Because when you're able to connect with the right people and you get connected with the right project that you are doing, they are doing correct projects. When you have the patience, right? Allow the money to go. That's how money moves. Money does not stay. It's not, when you keep money stagnant, it doesn't multiply. Money loves to be moved. How do you move? When you are moving, you make sure that you move it to the right project. You just don't move it anyhow, otherwise you end up losing everything. Because without you having that kind of mentality of letting the money grow for you, instead of you finding a way to make it grow quickly, that's when you lose. So we need to be disciplined. We need to be very, very disciplined. And we need to also take our time. And there are times that an opportunity is always shared with people, which could be a good opportunity, but a lot of people don't take their timing very seriously. So in some years to come, they see you, buying a house, buying a brand new car, buying something, they realize that they ask you, Mr. Sam, how did you get it? Oh, it was through this opportunity. Remember, I shared it with you. You were like, oh, no, I missed it. And that meaning you missed time. An opportunity comes by once. So it's up to you to grab it, even if it's shared to you. Remember that the person sharing the opportunity to you, the person really loves and cares about you. Because all the time, when someone approaches you and share an opportunity with you, it's not the person is trying to sell to you, or the person is trying to force you to do something that you are not willing to do. It's all about the person just trying to help you out. Because it's not all the time that you want to help someone that you always have to give the person money. No. You share an opportunity that will also transform their lives as well. So most of the time, we should change that kind of mentality of people are selling to you, people want you to force in. It's like a pyramid. And, it talks, especially when a good company is doing a compensation plan, they keep on saying that is a Ponzi scheme. They are using other people's money to pay, but it's never done like that. And always they should open their mindset, their mentality. Because I always mention mentality because where we come from in Africa, we always fall victims. And this camp projects, they always launch in Africa.
Exactly.
Because of the situation
and
because of the kind of the situation as in poverty. So everyone is looking out for a way to make money quickly so that at least he can be able to pay bills, take care of their family and all that. But they are not looking out for something that will be stable for a long term. They are not looking for that. So we all the time, we from Africa, we always fall victims to this kind of scam project. And I know why I'm saying that. I've been there before. I've experienced it. And at times when I share an opportunity with people, that's what they say. They don't have money. And one thing I want to say is that rejection is a chisel for perfection. Whenever you're being rejected, doesn't stop you from gaining or moving. Because in life, rejection doesn't stop you from achieving your goal. You have to keep on moving. When someone says no to you, is something, the meaning of NO is what? That it means what? No option. Meaning it doesn't have no option, no option, no opportunity. So don't even focus on forcing the person because you are not selling. It's different from you are doing sales that you need to reach a target that you have to force people to buy something that they are not willing to do or to buy. Is always have that in mind, that rejection is a chisel for what? Perfection. So maybe the person is not supposed to be part of, your team. If it says no, don't be distracted. And there's one thing I always say to people, whenever you find yourself in a space, there are times that you see distractions as what? An opportunity. They always see distraction as an opportunity. You could be doing a good project, a friend will come and show you a scam project. You see that as an opportunity. Now that opportunity might change your life, but you end up losing it. So let us be disciplined. Let us take our timing seriously, and let us be able to also position ourselves well. Because I've been in this space, we've been in this space, we've seen it all, and there are more to come. There are so many ways that they are using, so dubious ways that they are using to distract us from achieving our goal. Success, wealth is not created within 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days. It's just a matter of time. Get that winning mentality, get the right kind of leadership, get the right access to information. That will help you to grow your wealth. And one thing, the last thing that I would like to say is that we need to know the difference between riches and wealth. That's one thing that a lot of people don't really understand. When they talk about riches, it's just about the money that you see or the money that you see at the bank. When you talk about wealth, it's something that you are building that will be transgenerational. It will move from generation to generation to generation. How do you create that? You create something that is what? In a long-term and a stable property or investment company or a company for yourself that will help, you make a lot of money. And that money that you make money. You always save your reputation. 3, you always have a goodwill. And that goodwill, if you have it, it stays forever. So when you're able to build that kind of wealth, like companies like Nike, Adidas, McDonald's, all the companies that, the brands that we all know, they build a legacy. And the world goes with the legacy. It's something that will stay forever and ever. You see? So we need to have that kind of mentality, and that's how we are all going to win. So always have that open-minded to take your position seriously, your timing, and just be disciplined in every aspect of life. Thank you.
I think you said it all. Really amazing, actually, especially when it comes to achieving goals. Imagine, we could take examples of our own life. You're born, it takes over 2 years to even walk, for some even longer, at least 2 years. And then you 6, 7 years, and then another 12 years of education. If you're lucky,
Yeah.
if you guys in the western part of Africa, you have more access to education than on our side as well. So you guys
Yeah.
consider
Yeah.
yourself very lucky, actually, even when you compare to other African countries. So, and then you might not, if you're lucky again, then you get higher education, university, and so on. Then you can start working. So overall, it will take you about 9 years, 12 years, even 16 years, 15 years to start earning, So why
Yeah.
not have that type of mentality? So now that you are grown up, you probably are working somewhere, you're working for yourself or for someone else. Take the same mentality. What can I do to actually add another source of income? It's not about,
Yeah.
starting something, jump, and then suddenly being a millionaire the day after or week after or 3 months after, like in some, you will see a lot of videos on YouTube saying, I make $200,000 in 1 month. Yeah, seriously, I would like to know how to do that too. But it could be once in a million. I mean, they could be lucky in making that, but at least take
Yeah.
the mentality as a
Mhm.
farmer, like the mentality of a farmer. A farmer would prepare. A farmer would plow
Mhm.
the land. A farmer would plant the land, will water the plants, and harvest.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's not overnight. Actually, right before our call, I went. I was in the backyard. I will show you what I was collecting tomatoes. Tomatoes,
That's right.
they just
That's right.
they we planted them back in December, and we let the nature do its thing. We didn't plant them and then
Yeah.
expect the tomatoes the day after. So I was talking to on the phone with my mom, and I was just showing her. She was. I mean, it's just a good example. It doesn't just grow
Yeah.
overnight.
Yeah.
So take that seriously. Take this mentality. If you understand this, you will be really successful. So also, once let's say you might be curious, check out the people that are approaching you. Check
Yeah.
us. It's easy, very easy now. You can find me on in
Yeah.
Gideon, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and you will see
Yeah.
if you can go back on 5 years, 3 years in history, or link on social media, you will find what those people have been doing, who they are.
Yeah.
Are they serious? What are they posting on the internet? And things like that, So, and get to know them as well. Get to know them in a way that don't just be it's not about being shy and things, but I say, I've seen it all before. It's same. I don't care and things. So, it's better to take your time. Take the mentality of a farmer. Learn
Yeah.
a thing and take your time to actually learn it, and listen to your leaders as well. They have the
Yeah.
experience, but also they have vested interest. They want you to be successful. So
Sure.
that was initially been mentioned. We were planning to do it in 10 minutes, but we have done it for 40 minutes, almost close to 40 minutes, which was quite a
Anyways,
very
yeah.
interesting
Yeah.
discussion. We'll
That's
stop
good.
it
We'll be
here.
doing more.
We'll stop
Yeah.
it
So
here.
people should get
Yeah.
they should get ready for our next call on the channel. So
We'll do it
what
weekly.
I'll say is that,
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, we'll do
Your
it
last
weekly.
words. Last
So
word with Gideon. Hmm?
yeah. So I'd like to close our call for today, for this week. And what I'd like to tell people is that they should never limit themselves. The only way that you can be able to be successful in life, you need to create multiple streams of income. And it's only about just creating it, but getting the right people to work with. And timing, positioning, very, very important. And always have the mentality of a winner. Just keep going, never give up. Even when a dreamer falls, when you fall down, you have to wake up and keep moving. Because life, don't see it as a race, it's never a race. Take your time, get connected with the right people, and everything will work for you. Just be transparent with people. Just don't think about yourself alone. It's all about teamwork. And your network is your net worth. Your network that you have around you is your net worth. So you need to always take care of it and make sure that your people around you are always happy. Stop introducing scam project to them to make them feel hurt. And at that time, when that thing really happens, you start losing all of them. Move with the right mentality. Belong to the right people. And make sure that you're always at the right place at the right time. So God bless us all. Mr. Sam, I really appreciate this call. Next week call will be awesome. And talk more into that, because we all want to make Africa a safer place to be. So let us all win. Let us all work together. Let us all have that winning mentality, and we always win together. Mr. Sam,
all good.
So much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I really
appreciate it. Yeah, thanks. And we'll you can send us you can text us, you can text or at least write to us what you would be like to cover next time. That we'll go ahead and have it regularly, and
sure.
We'll see you soon.
Sure.
Thank you. Thanks, Gideon.
Sure.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Take care. See you.
All right. All right. Well.